Hello everyone. This video is about the importance of, or rather, it's on the importance of financial statement. Previously, I have worked, and my wife still does work with small businesses. On many aspects that has to do with business, and the general or the common denominator is that most of the small businesses, they do not draft their financial statements. So the financial statements are very, 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 very important. Not having financial statement is like playing a sport without a scoreboard. Imagine playing soccer and there's no scoreboard, or rugby, or there's no scoreboard. You don't know, you're scoring, they're scoring against you, but you really don't know whether you are winning or you're losing. So let me first start here, and let me show you this article that I read. This article was published yesterday, to the shock of everyone. So there's the article. It says the Department of Higher Education Director General Intricacies cancelled the registration of Damelin College, City Varsity, Lyceum Colleges, and Isesa City Campus on Friday, saying they had not submitted their annual financial statement in 2021 or 2022 or complied with the law. This will leave thousands of students needing places to study from next year, as the institute will have to close by the end of 2024. So this article was published on the 25th of 2024, which was yesterday. So here we see basically the consequences of not compiling your financial statement, not auditing them, and not submitting them to the required regulatory body. So this is basically this was not a planned video, but there are different reasons why you need to compile your financial statement and have them audited and submit them. First of all, these colleges, they were required by the legislation. Let me read this article for you here. Okay, let me read this article for you here. It's a different article, but on the same thing. The one that I read it's from Business Life. This one that I'm reading is from the Mail and Guardian. It says hundreds of thousands of students may be stranded after the decision of the Department of Higher Education and Training to deregister Damelin City Varsity, Isesa City Campus, and Lyceum Colleges as private higher learning institutes. According to a statement posted on the Government Gazette on Friday, the department's Director General, Intricacies, cancelled the registration because the private institution had failed to submit audited financial statement since 2020. Based on the provisions of the Higher Education Act, private tertiary institutions are obliged to submit financial statement to the department as part of the accountability process. Damelin City Varsity, Iseta City Campus, and Lyceum College are owned by Educo, the largest private education provider in Southern Africa. It manages 10 educational brands on more than 60 campuses and sites in South Africa and international. So they were supposed to submit financial statement. They did not submit it. So for some businesses, it is required to submit audited financial statement, right? For some businesses, it is not a requirement. There is no law that says you should. But I still advise everybody to have financial statements, because financial statements are more like your key performance indicator. When you have your financial statement, you can set your revenue targets. You can be able to say, in this current year, I want to generate whatever the case may be, 500,000, 5 million. And at the end of the year, after compilation of financial statement, you are able to say whether did I reach my target or not. And you set also your budgets based on your financial statement. You can say, I want my rent to be 5% of my revenue. I want my salaries to be 10% of my revenue, and so forth and so forth. So financial statement are helping you. They can help you with budgets, and then they can also help you with your revenue targets as well. So when you compile your financial statement over a period of time, you can be able to see whether you are growing or you are not growing as well. So financial statement also serves as a yardstick for growth. You are able to see whether you are growing. You are able to see whether are you competing with inflation, are you beating inflation. So reason number one to a financial statement, they may be required by the law, depending on what industry you are in. Reason number two, you can set your targets or your key performance indicators based on your financial statements. That's reason number two. Reason number three, sometimes out of the blue, you might qualify for a tender, but in that tender document, there might be a requirement that says we want a audited financial statement for the previous 3 years. Even though there may not be a law that requires you to compile financial statement, when the requirement when the tender requirement says you need to submit them, then you need to submit them. And at that stage, you find that that tender foods you like a glove. But because you have not been preparing financial statement for a long period of time, it sort of becomes the problem to go back 3 years and compile financial statement from there. And most of the time, when you compile, let's say, 3 years financial statement in 1 month, accountants tend to be more expensive because reason number one, you are desperate. Reason number two, there's more work involved, and there's more problems to solve than just doing your financial statement on a yearly basis and then doing your management account, on a monthly basis. So those are just from the top of my head 3 reasons why you need to compile your financial statement. 1, may be required by the law. 2, it becomes your performance indicator and it tells us whether your business is growing or not. 3, it may be required when you least expected. So it's important to compile your financial statement. Sometimes you want to sell your business and then people will want financial statement, and if they are audited, they're better because it means somebody have independently verified and confirmed their figures there. So just from the top of my head, in a nutshell, in a very informal way, that's some of the reasons to compile financial statements.